Do you overthink every single piece of content before you hit record? I'm about to show you exactly how I recorded and edited a B-roll piece of content in less than 20 minutes. And I recorded the whole thing in two different angles with my Meta, and you can see the recording from my actual camera. Grab your cafecito and let's dive in. And I did exactly what it told me to do. So nobody was watching, so I took my shoes off. I just pretended, you guys. I'm wearing the same shirt that I'm wearing right now. I took my shoes off. I was like, pull my shoulders back and just closed my eyes and looked up at the clouds, which is like one of my favorite things to do. And I do it now with my son. And then it really did was like, that was a genuine smile. Very simple. And so I want to show you how I did this from a technical perspective, because I know that that is the hard part. I'm going to let you see. So I actually recorded myself on my glasses while I was doing this, so you guys could actually see like the bloopers. So I recorded myself to show you guys some behind the scenes of what it looked like to create the one that you guys just saw from my yoga magic. Okay, so you see the cameras all the way on the other side against the fence. I didn't use
Alright,
no
so
no
we're
craziness.
gonna just
I
pick
just
these
picked
up
up these
because that's what
balls.
we're doing.
That sounds funny.
And pretend like I'm looking, see if nobody's watching.
So I'm recording with my
Just
glasses so that you guys could see. Literally, I did it off of my Apple Watch, leaning the
told me I was speaking
camera
in the
against
mic.
the fence, and then I had to stage it because
Okay,
it
gotta
didn't
do that
actually
again.
track me. So I
Yeah.
had to go back, put my shoes on. Okay, but what? This is like 2-3
Okay,
minutes
so
took
we're gonna
me. And
stage
I kind
this
of
like I'm
staged
picking
it,
up
just kind of threw them
toys.
so that I could see if they were in the frame. I used the
Should go
front
in
camera. I'm
here
not going to mess
and
with the back
there.
camera, but if you
Okay.
use your watch, you can 1000% use your back camera if you want like a cinematic or some
I'm
kind
gonna
of like
just go.
better view. Literally, I just push play. I picked those up. I looked around, and then I went ahead and looked
You
up.
just need to
Like
get
that is
into my frame.
literally that video that you saw from my yoga magic. 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And then the rest of it was literally editing it inside of Instagram. Now, certain social media platforms prefer you to edit them in the platform itself. Instagram has edits. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can do it here. I can 1000% just upload it directly to the Instagram account. Like for that one, it would have been my yoga magic. I would have hit the plus button on the top left. I would have went to reels. I would have found the one that I needed, which was down here. But let me show you. 16 minutes it took me to actually edit a 2-minute video, which really was what, less than that. So I'm showing you here, I've already uploaded it into Instagram. And so now what I'm doing is I'm trying to find a natural space to bring it down. 30 seconds is a really long time. Most people won't sit there and watch me staring at the sky for 30 seconds. So I need to bring it down to about 15 seconds. I try to do less than 10 because then it's more likely that people will have to continue to watch it to increase your views while they're reading your caption. That's like, the little trick. So I know I needed the back and forth. I knew I needed to at least have my feet kicked off. I needed that breath that I take when I look up. And then from there, that kind of was like too much. So this was the part where I really needed to grab myself looking down and having that natural smile that I didn't want to force. I just wanted to wait until I was like, oh, this does feel good, and then come back and smile so that it is natural. And so you see it there. I'm trying to edit it. It does have a little bit. I was like, okay, it was too, not enough. Now it's like 22 seconds. And I'm just watching it again just to see where a natural progression is. And I was like, okay, that one looks good. I went all the way back to the beginning, and then I added a transition between the two just so that it can kind of give the eye a little bit of a break and mask the fact that I am clipping it from, in the same clip to basically bring it down. Then I add my first hook. So nobody was watching, so I took my shoes off. You kind of have to be careful. You kind of see that line of where it's going to get cut off if it's too high. I like to not have, you'll see me adjust the text. And so that was like the first one. And I was like, okay, well, would I leave this the way it is? And I was like, let me look through the actual caption to see if there's something else that I could use to break up and have additional text be. So you see, I go in the middle, somewhere between toddler snacks, laundry moments. I forgot I was the person who loves this. I was like, ooh, that's perfect to have as something that they can see. And then in my mind, I was like, I'm already looking up. So you'll see I naturally put it on the bottom. But then I was like, it's too hard to read it this way, and I was like, people are gonna be like, I get self-conscious, you guys. When people are like, "Is it gonna be weird that you're gonna be, like, reading between the lines and, like, looking over my crotch and my tummy?" I was just like, okay." I was like, "Do I want it to be that hard to be something that they have to read?" So you see me adjust it because I don't want it too big, but I don't want it too small. And then I was like, for this, I want it to be like a background so it stands out because it's a lot of text to have to read in a few seconds. And I'm a slow reader, so I take that into consideration. And I want it to be lasting. But then I start looking at it and I was like, if I just made it smaller, it actually could go above my head so that I'm actually looking at it as like my own thought. And that's why I moved it to the top. You see that I didn't want that off to be in its own thing, so I play with the spacing. This is the only part that took a little bit longer. But again, if you were only doing it for one business, this took 16 minutes. So think of it 20 minutes from how long it took me to actually do the video, to record it, which was only 2, and then to come back and actually edit it, 20 minutes. 20 minutes a day. And while it was like uploading, I was giving my love and commenting on other people to make sure that it had enough time to actually upload, make sure that it had time to share to my stories and all the things. So, and then here you see like nobody was watching. So I took off my and then left that for the first few seconds. So people would be like, what did she take off? Like, that's kind of interesting. And then halfway through the rest of the sentence, shoes off, took out the so that it matches the top, and then I used my fingers like this to kind of minimize it, like that. I could have took more time to make sure it was like even and all that. Obviously, I don't think I did, but I'm like, I needed to just do it quick, and then I just watch it one more time. So it's off centered. I can already tell, y'all. I don't care about that stuff. Did I do it? Hell yeah. Is it good? I think so, and we'll see. Is the thing. And so I was just like, you know what? I think it would look good. This is the last thought, just watching it one more time, but like, how could I make this better for the person who's going to be watching it? More engaging. I was like, it's still, does it feel a little bit too long? And this is where I moved it. I just basically tapped it in the edits part. And then you can, once it highlights yellow, then you can move it as an element to the top. And then that was it. From there, you find where you end up here and then you click that next button is what you have to remember because that becomes your cover unless you have your own cover from like, Canva or something. So from here, I just use the bottom of my phone, scroll up so that I can scroll back to, oh, I saved it. I saved it to my camera roll. So that's what it's doing now. And the reason that I did that is that I liked the natural, you can hear the birds in the background. It ties into the actual story. So I kept it raw instead of actually putting music behind it. Okay. And essentially from here, I saved it, waited till it was saved, went to my Alchemized OS platform. So here I'm saving it as a draft just in case, because you never know. I didn't check my camera roll, and so I went back to Claude to copy my hook and my caption, and I'm going to my CRM, which is Alchemized OS, powered by High Level, and I go to the sub account that it belongs to. I go ahead and go to my social media folder. I didn't have a folder for this one specifically because, again, I've only been focusing on Fat Mermaids for the challenge. So I just went ahead and did one for July 2026 so that I can start having it. Oop. And then from here, I went back up uploaded into that specific file the actual one from Instagram. So it's the freshest one, 23. So I went from 32 to 23. Wasn't as short as I wanted it, but it was like what it is. I could have played with it more, but again, I'm not trying to spend that much time. So I've been having problems where if I go too far, it cuts off the top and then I have to still go back anyway. So now I just do like half and half. So I'm going to the social planner. And for this, I haven't set it up the way I should have. So I have my Facebook, I have Instagram, my LinkedIn, which I don't even know if that's the right one. And then I was going to do YouTube and TikTok, but TikTok, I haven't given it the permissions, which is what you should do, whatever you would, however you would say certain things naturally in your own tone. And I love that emoji. I really did record this for y'all, so this is perfect actually. And then I did include the bridge for this just so you can see a different way of how I do this so easily. So for Facebook, I usually do a reel. For stories, I do a reel. Sometimes if the Facebook like won't accept it as a reel, it'll only let you post it on your feed if it's too long or the file's too big. And then I copy the hook for the YouTube short because you have to have a title. I don't think you have to. I think I can still post it without it, but I like to at least have some type of a hook. I could put a call to action, but because this isn't about converting, this is just about building trust, I left it. And then I just go back to my social media folder, go into July's folder, pick the media, let it upload, and then it's literally just post. So I just posted to 4 different socials for one specific one. And that's how I'm in all the places. And hopefully, like, if somebody finds me in some weird space, I do go back in and, like, you see, I'm starting to kind of spacing it out so that it's not all bunched together. And so you kind of just need to read it and see, like, where would the natural eye have to have the break? If you were speed reading, where would you naturally kind of like your eyes go to? What are the things that I want to have like in single sentences so they might actually read that one if it's powerful enough or whatever. And then you just post. So that's another way to do it. So hopefully that helps. Um, you can do edits though too. So edits is Instagram's own version of basically its editor. It's pretty straightforward. You can do it by camera, and you can see here it has a teleprompter, or you can upload your own file and then add captions. And that's it. So this is one of 3 of the videos that I recorded on showing you 3 different ways on how to create content. Really easy, really simple. So check out those other videos. You can check one of them out up here. And again, this is just the beginning. The real magic is actually in the Embrace the Sparks Bingo Challenge app. You can access that inside of my free Facebook group. It's free. You just sign up and you come in and join. And it's right here in the featured section. You can join, get access to the app. You can use the app throughout the entire year to create content without the burnout. So continue to be you, continue to be beautiful, and continue leading from your heart. I'll catch you in the next video.